Good morning, children. This is a 10th session on computers and 3rd session on flowcharts. Computers in the 10th class ആണ്, flowcharts in the 3rd class ആണ്. Hope you all remember what all we have covered till last class. The different symbols which we have covered in last class and the flowchart questions. 10 flowchart questions. Hope you all remember those. Let's move to the next slide. Till last session, we have covered 10 questions on flowcharts, including the homework questions, and 3 algorithm questions. Okay, so in your notebook, all these 10 questions and 3 algorithm questions should be updated, including the homework questions. All this should be updated in your notebook. Just check after the class is over. In today's session, a brief recap on different symbols, and I would also be covering 5 flowchart questions, including 2 questions on decision making symbol and 3 questions as homework. Okay, 5 flowchart questions in the padipikam. 2 questions decision making symbol aanu, diamond symbol vechittu pudhiya symbol aanu. Okay, and 3 questions as homework. We shall start with the next slide. A brief recap on different symbols you have learned till last class. This is the oval or rounded rectangle symbol. Startum stopum ee symbol aanu ezhunathu. Rectangle aanu process symbol. ആ പ്രോസസ് സിമ്പിളിൽ നിങ്ങൾ പലതും കാൽക്കുലേഷൻസും ഫോർമുലാസും എല്ലാം എഴുതുന്നത് റെക്ടാംഗിൾ സിമ്പിളിലാണ്. പ്രോസസ് ബോക്സ്. പാരലോഗ്രാം ഇൻപുട്ട് കൊടുക്കാനും റീഡ് ചെയ്യാനും ഔട്ട്പുട്ട് ഡിസ്പ്ലേ ചെയ്യാനും പ്രിന്റ് ചെയ്യാനും വി യൂസ് പാരലോഗ്രാം. And the diamond symbol is decision box. This is the symbol which you are going to learn this particular week. And arrows, the different, that is the flow lines are used to connect different symbols in a flow chart. Okay, appo startum stopum oval or rounded rectangle ezhudum, okay, and this rectangle is used to for process box, that is for doing different calculations. Output parallelogram, input parallelogram. Diamond is decision making, and arrows is flow lines used to connect these different geometrical shapes in a particular flow chart. Okay, now we shall start with the first question. Here is a flow chart to find the quotient of 2 numbers. രണ്ട് നമ്പറിൽ ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്തതിനു ശേഷം അതിന്റെ quotient ആണ്. How to find the quotient? Okay, if a particular number is divided by a particular number, the quotient, അതിന്റെ quotient കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടാണ് ഇതിന്റെ ഫ്ലോ ചാർട്ടിലെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ. Okay, hope you all remember the quotient, dividend, divisor and quotient. Any number divided by a particular number, അതിന്റെ ആൻസർ ആണ് quotient എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. For example, 4 divided by 2, what is the remainder? 0, isn't it? And what is the quotient? 2. 2 2s are 4. So what is the quotient here? It is 2, isn't it? So let's start with the quotient. How to draw a flow chart to find the quotient of 2 numbers. So listen very carefully. Here we are writing the start symbol in the rounded rectangle or oval shape. We are input 2 numbers, read A and read B. It can also be written in one box. Also it can be written read A and B. Okay. Quotient is equal to A by B. ആ രണ്ട് നമ്പറിന്റെ ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോഴാണ് നമുക്ക് quotient കിട്ടുന്നത്. ഡിസ്പ്ലേ quotient. Stop. Clear? This is a flow chart to find the quotient of 2 numbers. Quotient is equal to A by B. അത് ഡിവൈഡ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ കിട്ടുന്നതാണ് quotient, and it display the quotient in a parallelogram shape, and then again it will go to stop. Clear, children? Next flow chart. Here's a flow chart question. To draw a flow chart to find the perimeter of pentagon. You have learned this in your lower classes. Perimeter of pentagon, hexagon, octagon, all these has been learned in your lower classes, isn't it? I came to know from your maths teacher. She had told me such information, and because of her information I could cover so many flowchart questions on different maths questions. So the perimeter of pentagon is equal to 5 into side. That is a formula for calculating the perimeter of a pentagon. So let's see how to draw a flowchart for this pentagon. It's start symbol and again in oval shape or rounded rectangle shape. It is reading S or side or S. Perimeter is equal to phi into side. Phi into side. It's a formula for calculating the perimeter of a pentagon that is written in rectangle shape. Clear, children? And then it will display the output as display perimeter and then stop. Display perimeter again in parallelogram shape, output, and then again it will come to stop. Clear? Here's a flowchart question to find the average of three numbers. Let's see how to find the average of three numbers. Let's see the particular flowchart. Start symbol, as everybody knows, oval shape or rounded rectangle shape. Read A, B and C. It is being written in parallelogram shape, that is being input three variables. You can either input all these variables in one parallelogram shape also. Like that also you can do. To find the average of three numbers, first we need to find the sum of three numbers and that sum divided by 3. Okay. Average കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ ആദ്യം സം കണ്ടുപിടിക്കണം. സമ്മിൻ്റെ ശേഷം ആ സമ്മിൻ്റെ divided by 3 will get the average. That is, here it is being written average of three numbers, right? So sum is equal to A plus B plus C. Three numbers. Okay. അപ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ എല്ലാത്തിൻ്റെയും സം കണ്ടുപിടിച്ചതിന് ശേഷം that is being written in rectangle shape. Okay. And again rectangle shape we have to find the average. Average is equal to sum by 3. E sum divided by 3 because only 3 numbers. Okay. If you are having 4 numbers, sum by 4. If you are having 5 numbers, sum by 5. That gives you the average. So what is the formula for average? Sum of all values by total number of values gives you the average. Sum of all values by total number of values gives you the average of that particular number. Okay, so you will find the average that is being written in rectangle shape and again in parallelogram shape. Display average. Okay, the average display cheyunu, output aayittu average kanikkunnu and then it will again go to stop. Clear, children? Is it clear? Yes, we shall move to the next slide. Yes, in this slide we will be covering about this decision making symbol, a new symbol which you will be learning in this session. The diamond symbol, we use diamond symbol for decision making. Allow selection between two options, commonly yes or no. രണ്ട് ഓപ്ഷൻ തമ്മിൽ ഡിസൈഡ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സിമ്പിളാണ് ഈ ഡയമണ്ട് സിമ്പിൾ. ഈ ഡിസിഷൻ മേക്കിംഗ് പ്രോസസ്സിൽ സംടൈംസ് വെൽ സോൾവിംഗ് എ പ്രോബ്ലം എ കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ ക്യാൻ പ്രൊസീഡ് ഫർദർ ഓൺലി ഇഫ് സർട്ടൻ കണ്ടീഷൻസ് ആർ മെറ്റ്. ചില കണ്ടീഷൻസ് ഇങ്ങനെ സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈ ആയാൽ മാത്രമേ അടുത്ത സ്റ്റെപ്പിലോട്ട് അത് പോവുള്ളൂ. അതർവൈസ് ഇറ്റ് വിൽ നോട്ട് ഗോ ടു ദ നെക്സ്റ്റ് സ്റ്റെപ്പ്. വൈൽ റൈറ്റിംഗ് കമ്പ്യൂട്ടർ പ്രോഗ്രാമിംഗ് ലാംഗ്വേജസ് ആൻഡ് ഓൾ, if that decision is being satisfied, then only it will go to the next step, otherwise it will not go. While writing programming languages in your higher classes, that time you will better understand. So after checking the condition, a computer proceeds further to show the results. ഒരു condition ഇങ്ങനെ ഇവിടെ ചെക്ക് ചെയ്തതിന് ശേഷം അത് സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈ ആയ then it proceeds to show the output result. If that condition is being met, if the condition is being satisfied, then it will go to the next step, okay, of processing, that is the output results. Our condition satisfy ayana shesham, a computer will further move to the next step to show the output results. This is called decision making. Adutha step ilotte poite adinte output result kanikkanadana ee decision making symbol. That analyze him, decide him if that condition is being met. If it is yes, it will go to another output symbol. If it is no, it will go to another output symbol. You will better understand in the coming slides. So 2 examples has been covered in this session on decision making symbol. So you will understand it better by looking at those 2 examples. Okay, children, shall we move to the next slide? Yes, with this example you will be better understand how to find the greater of two numbers with this example, you will better understand how this decision making is used. Okay, so listen carefully. Flow chart. Here's a flow chart to find the greater of two numbers. Adinde flow chart another using this diamond symbol, that is decision making. Start, we are written in oval shape or rounded rectangle shape, and again two variables, you are writing it in parallelogram shape, and then it is analyzing that those two variables, that is A greater than B. You find, here's a flow chart to find the greater of two numbers. ഈ രണ്ട് നമ്പറിൽ ഏതാണ് ഗ്രേറ്റർ ആണ് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കേണ്ടത്. So is A greater than B? A Bനെക്കാളും greater ആണോ? If it is yes, it should display A as greater. If it is no, it should display B as greater. Clear? Is A greater than B എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞ് ആ decision symbol, diamond symbol analyze ചെയ്യുന്നു. Okay. If A is greater than B, if it is yes, it should print display A. Okay, or write A or print A. And if it is if A is not greater than B, that is no, it should display B. And if after displaying B, it should come it should connect to stop. Here after displaying A, it is connecting to stop, and here if the case is no, it should display B, and then the flow line connects to stop. Clear, children? We shall move to the next slide. Here's a flowchart question to find the profit and loss, that is cost price and selling price, which you have learnt in lower classes, how to find profit and how to find loss, isn't it? So let's see about that, how to draw a flowchart to find the profit or loss. Start is written in oval shape or rounded rectangle shape, and it is reading cost price and selling price. Cost price and selling price, so it's reading that as we are giving input to these two cost price and selling price, we are giving it in input, and that is written in parallelogram shape. And here it is analyzing decision making. Is SP greater than CP? SP selling price is greater than cost price or no? Yes or no? If it is yes, it should do like this. If it is no, it should do like this. Okay. If SP is greater than cost price, it should calculate as profit is equal to SP minus CP, that is selling price minus cost price. And then rectangle shape calculate ചെയ്തതിനു ശേഷം, and then it should print the output as print profit, and then again it will go to stop. Clear, children? If SP, that is selling price, is not greater than cost price, if it is no, it should calculate is like this, like that is loss is equal to selling price minus cost price, CP minus SP, that is cost price minus selling price, and it should print the output as print loss, that is written in parallelogram shape, and again it will go to stop. Clear, children? Selling price cost price nekkalum greater aanengil, if it is yes, it should do the formula like this, and then it should print the profit, and then if it is not greater, it should calculate the loss like this, and then it should print the loss in parallelogram shape, and then that arrow gets connected to stop. Clear? This is a flowchart question to find profit or loss. Let's move to the next slide. Here's a homework question for you. 3 questions as given as homework. 1 question, normal question, like without including the decision making, and the remaining 2 questions are in decision making. The first homework question would be to draw a flowchart to find the perimeter of hexagon. I showed you about the perimeter of pentagon, isn't it? Now you have to do a flowchart to find the perimeter of hexagon, 6 into side. And these 2 questions are on decision making. Draw a flowchart to check the student's attendance to the class. The result would be regular if the student is present for more than 150 days, and not regular if the student's attendance is less than 150 days. Okay, it should read a particular student, read A or whatever variable, and then in the decision making symbol it should analyze if A is greater than 150. If it is yes, print A as regular. print that student as regular. If no, if that A is less than 150, it should print not regular. Clear, children? So do this decision making symbol. Hope you all have understood this decision making symbol. If A is greater than 150, yes aanengi regular, no aanengi not regular. And then that arrow should connect to the stop. Then the third question, draw a flowchart to find the smallest of two numbers. I taught you about the greatest of two numbers, isn't it? രണ്ട് നമ്പറിലെ greater number ഏതാണെന്ന് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കേണ്ടതാണ് നിങ്ങളുടെ ഈ സെഷന്റെ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ എടുത്തത്. Now you have to do a homework on smallest of two numbers. രണ്ട് നമ്പറിന്റെ ഏതായിരിക്കും smallest അതാണ് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കേണ്ടത് using decision making. If A is less than B, if it is yes, print what? If it is no, print what? Then connect that flow line to the stop position. Same steps as greater of two numbers, smallest of two numbers എന്താ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് അതേപോലെ നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്തു നോക്കുക. Okay, if at all anybody is having doubts, you can call it to my personal WhatsApp number. Clear, children? Next slide. Here we end our session on all these 8 questions which was taught today. Pause those 5 questions and then do it in your notebook. 5 questions ഇന്നത്തെ സെഷനിൽ പഠിപ്പിച്ച 5 questions pause ചെയ്തിട്ട് നിങ്ങളുടെ നോട്ട്ബുക്കിൽ എഴുതുക and 3 questions as homework. So total 8 questions has been covered in today's session. Okay, and till here you have to, in your notebook, all the 18 questions should be updated in your notebook on flowchart chapter. Flowcharts in the chapter le total 18 questions should be up to date. Clear? I'll be sending the answers within 2 days. So draw those flowchart questions in your rough note and keep it, and after checking with the answers, with my answers, and then you can write it in your computer notebook. The homework questions, draw it in your rough notebook and then keep it. After I send those homework questions, correct the answers with those questions written by you, and then copy it back to your computer notebook. Clear? So till here everybody should have all the 18 questions on flowcharts. So thank you, children. Thank you for being with me. Have a nice day. Thank you.